Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today. It's Tuesday morning. It's December 8th, 2020. I'm the man they call Meathead. And, it's like comparing pizza to oranges or apples to, radial tires. There is no comparison. We've got the better looking of the two. No Dave Hero this morning. It's Linda K. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Meathead. But yes, no way I can compare to the knowledge and expertise of Mr. Dave Hero, but I am delighted to join you once again this morning.
Yep. And, I'm not calling Dave a radial tire. That's not what I'm saying. Well, we have some news. Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. First off,
ready.
Yeah, let's talk the happy news. Mama and Papa news. Becky Lynch, the man, has given birth to a baby. Now, I could have made it weird and said, the man has given birth to a baby. Could have made it weird, but we all know it's Becky Lynch, the man. The baby is born. They did not reveal the sex of the baby, but that's for them to keep to themselves, which I'm absolutely comfortable with. But a very healthy baby born to Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Congratulations, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, I thought they did put the name Rue, so it's a girl, I thought.
Well, it's an ambiguous name.
Yes, I have to catch back if they mention the sex of the baby, but it's Baby Rue. Very cute photo. Congratulations to Seth Rollins and
there's Halloween costumes right there too. I put her in a Baby Ruth costume.
No, not Ruth.
I know it's Baby Rue, but I mean,
it's something French. I don't know, but congratulations to them. I mean, that timing with Seth Rollins taking the break right after Survivor Series definitely worked well to his favor.
What I want to know is, and this is just me being the dork that I am, for all you listeners that have been fathers or listeners that have been mothers, did they put the toast in? Did they put the toast in? So there's this thing called Pitocin, right? And I'm such a dork. I don't know if you know what it is, but the Pitocin, this is supposed to help accelerate the birth. So when I got a call for my wife giving birth to my oldest daughter, she said, hey, they're going to put the Pitocin. I'm like, they're putting the toast in. What? I'm on my way, but to tell them no toast. I'm not hungry right now. Let's get this baby. So again, 7 years later, I'm still a huge nerd. And for Milwaukee listeners, this is pretty funny. They were talking about Braxton Hicks, which is apparently some pains that you can get. I'm like, Brad Hicks from Channel 6, Fox 6? All right, they're putting toast in. They're doing Brad Hicks. What has he got to do with anything? My wife didn't find me funny that day. I don't know why. I just, how did she put up with me?
I wonder, especially in that moment.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely in that moment. Those moments where the expecting mother usually punches the male that's right next to her. Yes. Yeah, I could have went and got ice cubes. I could have went and got anything else. So I got jokes. I'm sitting in the room and I got jokes. Luckily, I didn't come in with the catcher's mask and a catcher's mitt.
I got you on that one.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I think it's funny. I mean, isn't that really all that matters? All right. So congratulations to Ma and Pa, a future women's champion or men's champion. We don't know. The other big news, and it's coming up tonight, folks. It's Tuesday morning. Tonight on Impact TV, on Access, on Twitch, AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, the Cleaner, will be on Impact Wrestling. We saw the show last week, Wednesday. We saw Kenny Omega run off with the brand new AEW championship he just won with Don Callis, blowing past everybody in the back in AEW. Finally gets stopped at the end and said, you know what? You want to know what's going on with Kenny Omega? You'll find out next week, Tuesday, on Impact Wrestling. Boom, gone. Talk about a hot ending. And, we joked about it. We've seen people peel off before. Holy smokes. Did that car peel off or what? I'm surprised it didn't hit anything. Yes. Your thoughts on the Cleaner on Impact?
Well, that was quite a shocker. I mean, we did see Don Callis come out to commentate, recently as well. So it's like, okay, this cross promotional.
He called the match that he won in that Eliminator tournament.
Right. So that was cool to see him there for that match and then him back for this one, how much they talked about their friendship. Don Callis is here to support his friend who's known for many years. And we saw how he interfered in the match, wicked dirty. And then scooping Kenny Omega off. I mean, it looked like Kenny Omega didn't even understand what was going on, but literally hopped in the car and boom. Guess we all got to tune into Impact tonight. So, like you said, that is the talk of the week. Well, one of the big items of the week, I should say.
One of the big items.
One.
Don't forget that same show had Sting.
I know. Well, I don't get to talk much AEW or Impact, for that matter, with you much as normally. I don't have this slot, but yeah, a lot of stuff that went on in the world of pro wrestling last week leading into this week. So it should be very interesting to see the role of Kenny Omega on Impact Wrestling. But obviously that shows the relationship, the partnership that we're getting from both promotions. So let's see where this shall take us next.
Okay.
Will we see some Impact wrestlers on AEW?
So for those that are wondering, how do you watch Impact? Because this is big deal here, folks. In the USA, it's tonight at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Access TV. And if you don't have access, if your television provider does not provide you Access TV, you will be able to get it on Twitch in Canada. Everything that you need to know about this show, it's 8 o'clock Eastern on the Fight Network and Twitch. In the UK, it'll be airing Wednesday at 10 p.m. on Free Sports and Wednesdays at 3 a.m. On Impact Plus. So for all of our listeners across the seas, over the pond, Impact Wrestling is where it's at tonight on Tuesday. And then again, we'll be talking AEW with Matthew Thomas tomorrow. We've got some big shows coming up this week. And again, Sting! I mean, good gracious. You know, it's funny, Linda. I was poking around the YouTubes, and I saw a Sting and Impact Wrestling type deal. And first thing I saw was Dinner for Three. Did you see that on WWE Network? It was about a year ago. I think they taped it. It was AJ Styles, Sting, and Jeff Jarrett.
I remember it, but which part are you referencing?
I'm referring to Joker Sting.
Ah.
Do you remember Joker Sting?
I most was into Sting when he was Crow, like primarily, just like him, coming from the rafters. But no, do tell.
Joker Sting was something that, folks, you need to go back and find and go watch, because it was pretty entertaining TV, to be honest with you.
Well, I do have a framed 16 by 20 photo of Sting in my garage.
Okay.
That's a true story. I'll send you a pic of it. It's a
true
story. We got it at the thrift shop for $2. Was it 1 or 2 years ago? But I mean, I'm a Scorpio, so Scorpio.
Okay.
You know,
so the Scorpio,
have it. Yes, but it is the Crow Sting on there. So just random fun fact.
No, that's fantastic. I love that. But the Joker Sting, he was wearing a red sports jacket and had the blood smear across his face. It was worth watching. It was actually pretty fun. All right, so I know we don't normally talk Impact, nothing against Impact, but we got to get that Impact talk in there. Let's talk about Raw from last night. Linda, you said you watched. Overall thoughts before we go into it?
I thought it had its great highlights, some funny moments as well. I had a lot of laughs. I'm sure we'll get into that into each segment when we talk about Raw, but definitely moved things along on our way to TLC. So overall, I enjoyed it. I did catch it from beginning to finish, and there was nothing really that made me bored, if you will, or really step away. Things moved along, you know, so all in all, I thought it was great, and it made me laugh, which is good.
Did you, while you were watching it, did it ever register that is the last show in the Amway Center?
It did not. There was really no mention of that at all. So
that was the last show. I mean, you know, when Drew broke part of the, Titantron, I thought there was a chance there. I mean, and by the way, if there is ever a contestant in the WWE for the hammer throw at the Olympics, we just saw it. He didn't even whirl up for it. That was a chuck. I
know, and Miz's face running after it was hilarious too. But then I love how he got part of the Titantron over the screen, and it that was hilarious. I don't think that was really planned, but what a toss.
I love the game show that we had in that beginning segment too. The Let's Get Randy with Bray Wyatt and Randy.
Baby.
Let's get Randy. Here's your contestants. We've got You've got a brand new crucifix, the one we've seen Wine and Bliss use as of late. The contestants are Mercy the Buzzard, Rabbit, Ramblin' Rabbit, and Huskus the Pig. Now, one of the prizes was the carcass of Friendship Frog. Ugh. I was absolutely entertained. I don't care. The Bray Wyatt stuff, the Firefly Funhouse, can still be absolutely entertaining to me. No Alexa Bliss, of course, she's playing up the she's afraid of Randy gimmick, but I absolutely loved it. Your thoughts?
Well, just their interaction is great. Randy's just stone face, and Bray Wyatt's hilarity, and the prizes, the game show. Again, gave me a good chuckle. Led into the match we later got between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. As Randy Orton said in that segment, I want you, Bray Wyatt. The Fiend is for TLC. I want you. And we got it later. So it's a good way to kick off Raw last night.
I was happy with it. Asuka and Shayna Baszler. What was the line that she had when they were talking to each other, Shayna and Nia Jax in the gorilla position?
She's gonna have boobs on her back.
Yeah,
that was another good moment that I popped a little. Yeah, it was like her front is gonna be her back, and her back is gonna be her front, and then it was she's gonna have boobs on her back. I don't know. Yeah, we're so immature. Like, come on, like that was funny.
That was pretty funny. The winner of the match, Asuka and Lana now are getting a WWE Tag Team Women's Championship match at TLC against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Do you think's pulling that out? Do you think they've dropped the belts, or is Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax going to hang on to the championships?
I feel that Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax will hold on to the titles. We're going to get that match next week on Raw between Lana and Nia, which will lead, obviously, into the pay-per-view match the following weekend. But there's got to be something more just between Nia and Lana to completely strip Shayna and Nia of the titles, and just putting Lana. I mean, I know that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler were put together rather quickly and won the titles, but with Asuka and Lana being so new, and Asuka being champ, I just don't see that happening.
Asuka has to hype her up. You can do it. You can do it. I can beat Nia. I can beat Nia. I can beat it. No. Yeah, and almost threw the table again, and she avoided it this time. So
yeah.
A mixed tag match. This was an odd pairing. I thought this was going to be Ricochet and Dana Brooke. It looks like Mandy Rose is still injured, and they're going up against Slapjack and Reckoning. Mm-hmm. I found it unique, and I found it interesting that Dana Brooke and Reckoning, the first time they touch in the ring, she goes right for the mask.
Well, did you catch in the playback? Because you brought it up last week how Dana Brooke said, "Where's Mia?" So in the flashback promo piece last night, they muted what she said. So her going straight for the mask. I was waiting to see if that mask would come off. So I feel like maybe if they keep this feud going on between Reckoning and Dana Brooke, that might happen.
Right the mask.
Yeah. Otherwise, I was hoping it would just stay on, because obviously they had to, fix it up, whatever they had to tighten up. Kind of made me think about Corey Taylor and Slipknot, how he was unveiling a new mask and it was not lining up properly with his mouth. So the next night they had to reconfix it and loosen it up. So anyways.
I've always, when I thought of masks like that, I'm like, why do they have to have the chin and neck covered? Our friend Abyss, doesn't he wear a great mask where it's just there? It's just covering the face. I mean, look at Vader's mask. That was a great mask.
Yes.
So, well, I say our friend. I mean, I know he's had issues with Damien and Dave. So, I mean, he's my friend. I like him.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Shiner on Dana Brooke, too, from last week, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Keith Lee is still the one championing the locker room, saying that Sheamus will turn on Drew. Where are we going with this?
It's got to be a match between Keith Lee and Sheamus, or some type of bigger feud between them down the line. We kind of got a glimpse of that. I know you'll get into it, but we kind of got a glimpse of that later. But if there is going to be this turn from Sheamus again, it didn't happen last night.
No, even though we'll get to that. Miz TV with Morrison and the Miz. Actually, I liked it. You know what? Miz is absolutely annoying. We mentioned this yesterday morning that Wade Barrett had a great line that Pat McAfee was half Seth Rollins, half the Miz. You know, the athleticism of Rollins and the annoyability of the Miz. The Miz can be absolutely annoying. The best line I really thought though was, "Look here, fella. I've been watching the show, The Miz and Mrs. I know that your wife Maurice has your balls in her purse, but you got it from your friend there."
Yes. Or there are stupendous, delightful impersonations. Pretty bad, but pretty funny. Again, some comedic factors about it, and yeah, it was great. Miz and Morrison are just fantastic. I mean, I really love them back together. Even just the "Be Jealous" reference from last week. I was like, yes, I
Be
love
jealous.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I remember this is a side story, folks. I remember, and Linda, I think you were there that night too. I assume I was probably at the other end of the table. This was after a SmackDown, so you had to have been there with us, or at least there, and I happened to be there with you guys. We're all going to meet down at BW3's on Water, Water Street.
Yep.
And we're already sitting with Truth. We're already sitting with Miz. I think Lisa Marie was there. So Victoria. Who else was there? There was a bunch of other people there, but then Truth walks in, and the Miz, the annoyability goes, "What's up? What's up?" And Truth started walking in and said, "Fuck this," and he turned right back around. Were you there that night? I assume you were.
I do remember being outside in a photo with Gail Kim and who else was there? But
yeah, that makes sense. Gail was in the company at that time too.
Yeah. But you know what? That's funny. Not too long ago, I was thinking about the good old days, good old times when the shows at the Bradley Center are, you know, my first show in Milwaukee was at the Mecca, but Bradley Center days, just talent and fans just walking down to Water Street, getting a bite at BW3's.
Yep.
After the show, getting a drink at Rosie's.
Yep.
Gillicuddy's, all these other bars, but I do remember that when you were mentioning this, I was like, I think you're going to mention BW3's and the Miz. Or Truth. There you go.
He goes, "What's up?" With somebody comes in and he turns right back around. He was not having it that night.
Awesome Truth.
Yep. All right. So the Chuck of the briefcase. I know we mentioned it already, but seriously, I mean, I thought they were just having a good time with it. That thing flew over all the lights and hit the damn Titantron and the stage.
Yeah, you could see the cameraman running, obviously not, I mean, from a different shot. He didn't catch it in time, not the actual briefcase, but catching hitting the screen. But yeah, Drew McIntyre is a funny guy.
Let's talk excuse me. Let's talk Kofi and Shelton. They've been back and forth between the New Day and the Hurt Business. I don't think it's been announced yet. Maybe I've missed notes, but they got to be having a tag team title match at TLC. But this time it's Kofi coming out with Xavier Woods, going to take on Shelton Benjamin. Now, Kofi gets the win, but you get Cedric Alexander kind of popping off at the mouth, and for good reason, because then Kofi and Cedric go, and Cedric ends up winning that match. So what do you think about the interaction between Hurt Business and New Day?
I mean, this has been going for a couple of weeks now, and you see how the Hurt Business has just been baiting my boys, the New Day, into these matches when they've already got them won. I mean, Kofi's ankle, I think last week, was tweaked, and out last night his knee. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, I do see a tag team match happening between both teams very soon, and I really hope my boys can hold on to those titles. But I mean, there's a lot of momentum going with Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. So
yes, there is.
Yeah.
2-on-3 handicap match. It was Sheamus and Drew McIntyre taking on the team of AJ Styles, The Miz, and Morrison. Now, the winners were Styles, Miz, and Morrison because a brogue kick, which looked like it was destined for Morrison's face, ends up hitting McIntyre. Sheamus gets pinned. Your thoughts if we're going to go towards Sheamus and McIntyre?
I don't think that kick was intentional. I don't think the feud between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre will happen before TLC, but I can see it happening somehow with some type of interference maybe at TLC, just due to, McIntyre and AJ Styles match being TLC and no DQ. I think that there's going to be some more hiccups between McIntyre and Sheamus within the next 2 weeks.
Sure. Absolutely. I love the kind of back and forth. Sheamus is pacing because he knows what's coming. Sheamus asks Drew if he knows the kick was accidental. Drew acknowledges it and asks Sheamus, do you know what's about to happen? They stare each other down as they go to commercial and come back, and they're brawling and this is a sad state of affairs. That is not the real catering, folks. Damian Nelson will tell you what catering looks like. That is not the real catering. That's a side snack station. It's like having a full cafeteria in your work building and then having a little kitchen area off to the side. That was the kitchen area.
It's like the continental breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that was. I love the fact that Pat Buck tried to break him up and goes, "What's up with this fella?" Right through the table, sir.
Yeah. That was great. I love how they just came back from commercial with them pounding one another, and you got all the talent back there chanting them on. And then the table spot, Pat Buck. He just doesn't get many breaks, huh? Anytime
he doesn't get a lot of TV. I mean, our boy, Scrap Daddy was there, but that was Pat Buck's turn to go through the table.
I was wondering where.
I was
wondering where Adam Pearce. Yes, but if someone was going to step between them and go through the table and get a wedgie. I think so. It was going to be Pat Buck.
Bobby Lashley and Jeff Hardy. This was a match that we didn't know we were going to get because of that wicked spot that Jeff Hardy took on the stairs in the Symphony of Destruction last week with Elias. But Hardy's back and he's ready. Talking to Riddle about his bro nuts.
Yes, that was my other pop
dude.
moment.
He wrote bro nuts in marker on the side of the box.
There were 2 T's. I didn't realize how bro nuts was spelled. But yeah, I did pop when he offered his bro nuts to Ricochet and Dana earlier in the night. And then with Jeff Hardy, where Jeff's like, man, I gotta go to my match. And then Matt Riddle says, but you didn't even get any of my bro nuts. And it made me want a donut as well.
If we're going to continue going down this path, I need to hear it one time. I want somebody to say, oh my God, I almost choked on these bro nuts. I need that. Being the huge child that I am, I need to hear it somewhere, somehow on WWE TV. I choked on bro nuts. These are my bro nuts. Don't choke on these nuts. Something like that.
I feel like Riddle would be the one himself saying that.
Right, exactly. But I'm telling you, being the huge child, mental, midget that I am, I'm going to need that. If we continue to do this, how can you do bro nuts and not have somebody choke on a bro nut?
Right. Yeah.
Riddle comes for the save on Jeff Hardy. Riddle wants to have a Brotwan bomb. He wants to team up with the Hardy Bros.
Yeah, do a Bro-tree in motion.
Yeah, Bro-tree in motion. Yeah, Broton bomb. Yeah, Bro-tree in motion I think would be better. But unlike Pat McAfee did, because didn't he do a Swanton bomb?
Yeah.
Poof. Mm-hmm. All right. All throughout the night, again, on all 3 major television products, you had the tribute to Pat Patterson, well-deserved, and I'm glad that it was there, the 10-bell salute on NXT, on SmackDown, and on Raw. The main event was Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, specifically Bray Wyatt of the Firefly Funhouse. The big story here is that as Randy's going for the pin, you get the music, boom, laying on the ground is the Fiend to wrap the show up. I am growing, or the song is growing on me. Have you heard the remixed version of Bray Wyatt's music?
No,
Let Me In music?
Oh, you mean,
his original song is,
metal version, yes.
Yeah.
The
metal version. Yeah.
I thought you meant a remix of the screeching noise of the Fiend. I was like, no, I haven't heard that yet. No. Yeah.
But I play that in the ear now. In the background, you hear a lot of yowie wowie.
I'll have to listen closely now.
I didn't think I was going to want to listen to that because I heard the first play of it in the metal version. And again, folks, wrestling and music, that is really the pull, what brings me towards this stuff. But when I heard that remix version, because I like the original, just hearing him go, yowie wowie, Okay. I mean, you know what? That's actually kind of funny. I'll do that. And they, keep saying, let me in. They're chanting, let me in, let me in. It's a lot better than I first thought it was.
Right. And I just gotta say, I love seeing Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt wrestling in a sweater and trousers.
Of course. What was he going to
It,
sweat? Yeah, what was he going to wrestle in? I mean, I guess he could have came out as Husky Harris, in his workout gear.
Mhm. But yeah, I mean, we did get a good match between Randy
Yeah.
Orton and Bray Wyatt, and until the very end where it went black, and all of a sudden the Fiend was there instead. And I was like, hmm. So at first I was like, is that really him? Or is this just going to be a far shot? But then I was like,
Yeah. Well,
interesting.
the beauty of not being live, because they are
Mhm.
live, but I mean, they're not in front of an audience. They can pause the show and have him throw his gear on and go back.
That's what happened? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, it's the beauty of it is that they can do that. They have that flexibility there.
Right. But I thought that was well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got the mandible claw in. Or, I mean, forgot to mention before the lights went out, Randy Orton did get the RKO.
Yep, I don't know her.
Mm-hmm. And we saw the mandible claw in the show. And this feud between Randy Orton and the Fiend, I'm loving it more and more. Again, I think all of us have touched on this before, how, obviously we had Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt in the past.
We had that as a WrestleMania match.
Mm-hmm. And
That was
now
the match where he had the worms on the ring, right?
the Firefly Fun, I mean, the House of Horrors match?
No. Randy Orton
Oh.
versus Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt at one point had the ring. They had a image projected down onto the ring of all worms. I think that was a WrestleMania match.
Hmm.
You might have been there, so you might not have seen it. At home at TV, we saw worms on the ring.
Gotcha. All right.
I feel like that was San Francisco, to be honest with you, but I don't know.
The Levi Stadium.
Who knows?
Maybe that's why. All right. Yes.
And plus, it's you guys are a long week. It's Sunday night. You're probably not paying that much attention. I mean, oh look, there's a worm. I'm just ready to go home. What time's our flight?
Oh man. Anyways, I'm liking this going more and more to TLC. We got to see Alexa Bliss make a reappearance next week, right before as the go home show. So see what happens.
Let's talk sponsors real quick. We've got our friends over at manscaped.com. Again, a perfect gift to give that loved one of yours, be it your man or be it your woman or be it whoever, be it yourself. If your perfect gift is from David to David, I knew what I wanted. Those car commercials that are out now.
Speaking of bro nuts, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Clean up your bro nuts. 20% off using the promo code PWR. That's manscaped.com. And then again, our friends at collarandelbowbrand.com. Still loving the Fanny Pack Kid t-shirt. And there's a combo that you can get a mask too with the Fanny Pack Kid on the mask as well. Again, that kind of stuff gives you the jitterbugs, but the jitterbugs are a good thing because, it'll wake you up before you go.
Right.
Promo code PWR360 gets 10% off on that. Plus, we've got a bit of an update. We didn't do any update yesterday morning because we were talking to the accounting firm at Dewey, Cheatham & Howe, and we wanted to go over the numbers one more time. There is an official update now. Are you ready for it? It's for the PWR draft.
I am ready.
After War Games NXT on Sunday night, here are the totals. Everyone scored, but not a lot of people in the pay-per-view that were on roster, so not a lot of points scored. The point winner for the night was Drew Baydala. He had 75 points, but then again, he had Adam Cole, baby. I actually had 70 points. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't thinking about this because I had Rhea Ripley, right? So I didn't get any wins off of the women's War Game match, but I went back and I watched the pre-show. Guess who showed up on the pre-show? Hi, Kevin Owens. Thanks for the points, pal. That was fantastic.
There you go.
So 70 points for the man they call Meathead, 55 for the lady they call Linda Kay with Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes.
And then 15 each for Dave Hero and Damian Nelson. Those are appearance points. Dave Hero had Karrion Kross. He might have only said 2 words, tick, tock, but he appeared. Same with Damian Nelson, but we had a video from Finn Balor talking about War Games that he's going to show up on NXT this Wednesday night. So the new totals brought to you by the accounting firm Judy Cheatham and Howe. After NXT War Games, we have only got, Linda, like 3 months left. I mean, let's talk about it here real quick. We've got TLC. We've probably got the Rumble right after that. Maybe something NXT around the Rumble. A February pay-per-view from WWE. Maybe
the Elimination Chamber.
Yep, the Elimination Chamber. Maybe an early March one and WrestleMania. And then AEW only has one show left.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the totals. I lead with 2,250 points. David Hero in second place, 2,050 points. He is 200 points behind. Damian Nelson still in third at 1,830. The big move. Drew Dalla now in fourth, but closing in on Damian Nelson at 1,710. Linda Kay, you are unfortunately still in last at 1,470.
Well, you didn't say dead last this time, so I'll
absolutely dead last, like dead fish last.
That's all right. Like you said, we just ran through all the pay-per-views coming up. I still got a shot.
You got a great shot because there's some big point winners. There's a Money in the Bank cash-in.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Royal Rumble. You could have a male or female that wins the Rumble. There's a chance. There's always a chance. But, you know, it's not fair to the others because I have so many champions still on my team. I've got Asuka. I've got the Street Profits. I've got Drew McIntyre. Oh, wait, Kenny Omega's the champion too. I'll have him at Full Gear as well. So I feel bad. You know, again, I should put scars on my face. I'm already shopping for trophies. I don't know if you know that. I've been talking to the accounting firm. We're going to get a brand new trophy this year for the PWR draft winner.
I want to see it.
Oh, yeah. Everybody will see it. I'll show the world.
It's got to be at least drafted up, done before WrestleMania.
Yeah. I will show the world what my trophy looks like. I'll have the nameplate made. I will have pictures of it. I mean, it'll just be like the Shiva on the league.
You'll be chugging some beer.
What's that?
You'll be chugging some beer.
Oh, that's right. I mean, I'll treat it like the Stanley Cup. I'll have cereal in it.
Or like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, Ogre. Yeah. Folks, I want to go inside your ear for a second here. Let's be completely honest. The first thing I'm going to eat out of that trophy is a bowl of macaroni and cheese. For anybody that knows the man they call Meathead, you know damn well it's a bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese in that bowl. All right, I pulled out. All right. So, yes, I'll be chugging beer in it too, but we know what I'm doing first to it, Linda.
Okay.
All right, anything else before we wrap this up? We've been kind of going on and on and on about what we want to do to this trophy now.
Well, we covered pretty much every brand, which is a first for me. Yeah. PWR today, so I'm stoked about that. Stoked to see what happens on Impact tonight. We got NXT, AEW tomorrow, and before you know it, it'll be SmackDown.
By the way,
and everything else.
Sting was on AEW.
Yes, Sting, the Stinger.
All right, for Linda Kay, I'm the man they call me today. Thanks for stopping by, and so long, everyone.